Hello there, and welcome to your second sneak peek. That's right, your second free preview of the UpDoc Media Webinar, a Marketing MBA in 2 hours covering strategy and analysis. I am Dr. Ben Fung, your Chief Content Officer and Webinar Guide. Again, welcome. Just in case you missed out on the first sneak peek, have no fear. Just scroll down on the video description and it's going to be linked right there for you. Otherwise, I'm going to try to really be disciplined and hold this to a 5-minute sneak peek. There's a good chance I'm going to go over and give you some extra stuff, but hey, it's all good content and it's content you need to know. I'm going to begin today again with another quote, this time from Vala Afshar. He's a great Twitter personality to follow. He's with Salesforce. He blogs at Huffington Post, and he tweeted this the other day, and if I could have retweeted it 1,000 times, I would have. High-performing teams are 3 times more likely than underperformers to be using heavy analytics. And I cannot agree more. I was jumping up and down. I practically was dancing because this is the truth, the hidden secret that separates good marketers from phenomenal marketers. And I will tell you why. Analysis. Analysis is the secret sauce of high-end precision marketing. And it's because it deals with the facts, with the numbers and data sets that allows you to optimize positioning, maximize profits, leverage for prime outputs. And it's no surprise because we live in a world of information. We hear these terms all the time. Big data, large numbers, companies that really know how to push analytics and leverage them, those are the ones that come out on top. So today's preview covers the profit pool analysis, and I'm choosing this today because this is the one takeaway from the webinar that you don't want to miss. If you sleep through the entire webinar, this is the one I want you to take home with you because it is that powerful. It is earth-shattering. It is the one analysis that changes the entire behavior of companies when I work with them because it exposes at the core the worst hidden problems and the best opportunities that companies never knew they had. It answers questions like, where are you really making your money? Where should you be making money and where are you losing it? It finds the root issues that may not seem so obvious or seems too obvious at first. I have a lot of companies that go, well, I'm making my money here because this pays the best. Well, it may not, right? It may seem like it pays the best per unit, but you might actually be losing money there, and I'll show you what I mean. But first, let me just show you the steps real quick. We'll be covering these in really deep detail in the webinar. It's so important because as you construct your profit pool, the analysis output becomes that much more accurate when you make sure you do this right. So you can't just go about it. You have to make sure that you account for all the interactive forces, which I'll also go on in the next couple slides. So today's example is the physical therapy outpatient business model. The data is based off of CMS and insurance companies. And the first thing we want to take a look at is the right side column. This represents the chunk of the pie, right? The portion of the profit pool that outpatient businesses have with their respective services that they render, bill, and get paid for. And you notice that therapeutic exercise, or TheraX, represents over half of their profit pool. So over half of the money they make comes from therapeutic exercise alone. And you look at the left-hand side, and it comes in at a whopping 375% operational margin. The funny thing about it, TheraX isn't the highest paying billing code in the physical therapy business. It's actually neuromuscular reeducation. And you see neuro comes in at 9%, less than 10% of their profit pool across the entire industry, and pays less than 250% of operational margin. I mean, it's not bad, but companies that might be focusing on neuromuscular reeducation are actually losing out on opportunity that they can find in exercise. There's other things to look at, like the low performers, where you can obviously get rid of them. But say there was a low performer in the profit pool, but it's actually a high performer in terms of operational margin. Say, call it a therapy X, and it's coming in at 5%, but a whopping 500 or 600% operational margin. Companies then need to take a look at that and say, hey, what's going on? Are there interactive forces? Perhaps I can spin this off into a new service line. Or is it an error? Those are the deeper issues that surface look, just the fee schedule or a contract doesn't actually reveal. That is what makes the profit pool analysis so powerful. So real quick, this is a sample data screen cap from the business intelligence spreadsheets that you'll be getting free access to for joining us in the webinar. And it's there so that all you have to do is put in the amount of money you make and the cost of making that money, and it will populate the operational margins. And better yet, it'll create for you a graph of your profit pool. And the best part of this is that it really exposes certain interactive forces after a deeper analysis. And I mentioned that before, see on the far right, activity T is making the most money for this particular, example company. But look at activity I, it's actually suffering. It's losing money operationally, which means it's going to lose even more money after taxes, after other overheads, after employee benefits. But in a deeper look, it is quite possible that taking a little loss in activity I is what makes T such a superstar. That is what makes the profit pool analysis so important, because a superficial look, an owner might say, hey, I'm going to just can activity I. There's no reason I should be taking a loss in any of my activities. By doing that, you may actually drop activity T down to 3, 2, or even 100% of operational margins, turning a superstar into a complete dud. So that's the profit pool analysis, and that's our preview today. And again, the profit pool analysis is that one tool you really don't want to miss on. We're going to cover in so much depth how you can leverage it and how you can really maximize the value, the growth of your company, and the profits thereof. So to wrap it all up, a Marketing MBA in 2 hours, it covers the top business school contents, time-tested strategies. There's going to be 20 of them, and they work for any situation. They're very, very agile and adaptable no matter the situation you're in. And the real deal is actually these spreadsheets. I created them. It took hours upon hours. They've been used and tested with venture capital and with healthcare executives. They love them. They're presets, so all you have to do is put in your data rather than creating this whole thing from scratch. And if you're like me, you'd rather somebody else have done the work for you, right? All you have to do is plug in the numbers. Finally, don't forget, we do have those one-on-one coaching sessions. They are limited in terms of the number of slots. We'll be spending some time with you, personalizing the analytics further, really finding the best fit and directional strategies for your companies and businesses. I'm actually really excited about this. I want to get to know you guys and really help accelerate your success. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here today for the preview. I'm so looking forward to this webinar and our time together to get to know you guys, to help those of you that are going to be joining me in the coaching sessions to really grind down and figure out the best business solutions for your companies. It's all about accelerating your success. I'm Dr. Ben Fung with UpDoc Media, the content you need to know delivered with clinical precision. Take care, and I'll see you there.